The Melbourne Cup Carnival, proudly brought to you by the new Nissan, Optus Communications, Radiant, Carlton and United Breweries, TAB, and AAMI Car Insurance. It's historic Flemington, Royal Flemington. And it is here over 4 dramatic days of the VRC Carnival that history will be written, as it has been written year in, year out since 1861. The flashes of colour, the thunder of hooves, fashions and fanatics, and fireballs of good old-fashioned fun. The great race, the Foster's Melbourne Cup, will be contested over 3,200 metres of this gruelling circuit on Tuesday, the first Tuesday of November 1992. Today, the carnival begins with not just another day, but with what racing purists regard as the finest day on the Australian racing calendar. For today is Derby Day, D-Day.
Ready to explode, Star of the Realm behind horses and then couldn't fast and Ginger Tay. 400 metres to travel, and the leader is Leo Wolf, a length and a half in front. Getting out and running on now was Ginger Tay, ready to explode down the outside, and here comes Star of the Realm. 300 metres to travel, Leo Wolf in front. The 2 stablemates ready to explode, and Star of the Realm move up to claim him, and then Ginger Tay. Star of the Realm taking the lead, 200 metres to go in the Derby. Ready to explode, can't match him, flashing home with Absolution late, but Star of the Realm's going to win the Derby. Star of the Realm draws clear and wins 2 lengths. Absolution very unlucky to take the first into it.
Network 10 welcomes viewers from around Australia and the world to Derby Day, 1992.
Yes, indeed we do. Welcome Australia and the world to the Melbourne Cup Carnival of 1992. And it is true, history rides hand in hand with the Victoria Racing Club's Spring Showcase. And this is it. 4 days, fantastic horse racing and a carnival reaching beyond sport. Now, for those who can't make it to Royal Flemington, Channel 10 comes to the rescue yet again for the 15th straight year. And each year, as the tradition grows, so the charms of the Cup Carnival grow. And this year, more than 200 million people right around the world will witness the wonders of what has become our national institution. It is a treasure. There are thousands, in fact millions of players over these dramatic 4 days, from the strappers to the stars, the trainers, the jockeys, the owners and the hierarchy, the rich and the famous and the fun lovers and people rich with a sense of tradition. The Cup Carnival is for every Australian, everywhere. And over the next 4 days, we proudly share it with the world. And this is what we have for you over the next 4 days. We're here today from noon till 6 for Derby Day. We'll talk about the weather in a minute. It's not too good. Then on Foster's Melbourne Cup Day from 10 in the morning right through till 5 o'clock for the big one. Then we're back again for Ladies' Day, VRC Oaks Day, noon till 5 p.m. And on Saturday, the final day, noon until 6. So if you love your thoroughbred horse racing, we have it all for you right here. Now, the weather. I can tell you it's got a little clearer, but the last half an hour, it's been absolutely teeming. There's the skyline of Melbourne, mostly cloudy with some showers. We can only hope those showers decrease as our day progresses. An expected top temperature of 20 degrees. Now, the track has been declared dead now, and I know that will alter your punting patterns right around Australia, because some horses like Rough Habit really come into calculation when you're talking about tracks in this condition. But that's how she looks today, Flemington. As I say, the umbrellas have gone down outside my window, but there's been a lot of rain over the last half an hour or so. But it's a pleasure to be back here, I can tell you, for this marvellous week of racing. And here's the man who will bring it all to you, and a very good afternoon to him. Peter Donegan, g'day.
Good afternoon, Tim, and good afternoon, everyone. Well, as you said, Tim, it has cleared a little bit, but, well, we saw the heavens open up here before, and the track now being officially downgraded from good to dead, but it won't dampen the enthusiasm for the greatest day of racing anywhere in Australia. Let's have a look at the program for today, and it all kicks off with the babies in the Australian Airlines Maribyrnong Plate at 12:25, followed by the Carbine Club Stakes and the Hilton on the Park Stakes. These times, Eastern Summer Time. The fourth event on the program is for the fillies. The Wakeful Stakes at 2:25, then the big one, the AAMI Victoria Derby at 3:05. The sprinters come out in the Gadsden Ream at 3:45, and then the Race of the Champions, the Louis Vuitton McKinnon Stakes at 4:25, and race 8 is the Dalgety, the last, at 10 minutes after 5 this afternoon. So we're set for a wonderful day of action. Let's check the scratchings for today's program, and scratching's fairly light on for the card. From the first event, you can take out number 2, Alakwa. Race 2, the scratchings are 7, Silver Bow, and 9, Canopy, 7 and 9. The third event is clear. Race 4, withdrawals here are 21 and 22, Walnut Tree and Petite Glance. Race 5 is the AAMI Victoria Derby. Take out number 19, Restitution. From the Gadsden Ream Race 6, the scratching is 10, Quick Score. The 7th event, the Louis Vuitton McKinnon, is clear, as is the Dalgety, race number 8 on the card. So we are set for a wonderful day. And Tim, a great scene in the mounting yard as we look at the lovely ladies with the trophies for the big races. This is the official opening of the carnival, and of course representatives of the main sponsors, AAMI, Carlton United Breweries and Honda are there as the carnival is officially opened. And well, I don't know.
Welcome back to Flemington. As you rejoin us, the picture you're seeing is the picture poor old Danny Malecki will see too, behind the barrier in the mist. And as you rejoin us, the rain is tumbling out of the sky yet again. So it's going to be a wet old day by the look of it. But if you're nice and comfy there in the lounge chair at home, you've got no problems. Here to take you through the first as they flash down the straight here, Peter Donegan.
Yes, thanks.
Caught them in a pretty good line, and one of the first horses out was Clever Zoe down towards the inside. She immediately takes up the running. The heavyweights got out fairly well. Mandormus out wider on the track. Janelle again just behind them from Perfect Craft. Imaginero's got well back in the field with Miss Minden, followed by Sports Works. Running up towards the 500 metres point down. Clever Zoe in front, right up against the rail by a length and a half to Janelle again. Sports Works was third, followed by the heavyweight. 2 lengths away, Perfect Craft, followed by Mandormus. Temperate Cug was out very wide on the track, and then Doe Peak. Miss Minden second last, Imaginero last. 400 metres left to go. Clever Zoe a half a length in front. Going up on its outside, the heavyweight. A length back to Sports Works, and they were followed down on the fence by Perfect Craft, and then Janelle again. The heavyweight took the lead. Clever Zoe being shaken up by Clark. The heavyweight's ahead in front. Clever Zoe's coming back the inside. Clever Zoe the inside, the heavyweight the outside. The heavyweight ahead in front. Clever Zoe the favourite coming again on the inside. It's a bob and go. The heavyweight just in front though, and the heavyweight. The heavyweights won the Miradong Plate by ahead to Clever Zoe. Good run the third horse, Sports Works, and then came Imaginero. Perfect Craft, Temperate Plug, well back Miss Minden, Doe Peak. Janelle again and Mendorma's back at the rear. Number 1, you'll find has won the Miradong Plate, and that is the heavyweight, ridden by Stephen King. Well, Gary, Clever Zoe was put under pressure as far out as the 400-metre point, and although she fought back, she's been beaten narrowly.
Well, that's right, Dan. It was a terrific finish. They fought it out really from the 400-metre mark. Stephen King had a beautiful run on the heavyweight. He just sat off Clever Zoe, and she just, when the heavyweight came at Clever Zoe, they knuckled down and really fought it out right to the line.
They seem to get pretty close in the last 300 or 400 metres.
Well, they were close, but I don't think there'd be any interference or anything like that. They were both racing pretty straight.
And Sportsworks, number 3, has run third, $5.10. Gee, he might have a big future. I thought his run was excellent.
Tremendous. Well, those...
Welcome back to Flemington, and there was correct weight notified by Mr. Lawler, and we're sorry to tell you the rain is really falling out of the sky again here at Flemington. Fabulous for the Roses, but not for the race goers. But let's take the local dividends with correct weight. Here's Danny Malecki.
Placings of 1, 9 and 3 on the first event. The heavyweight in Victoria, $5 the win and $1.30 the place. Clever Zoe paid $1.10 and Sportsworks $5.10. Quinella $2.40 and the trifecta paid $112.80. Margins a neck by 3/4 of a length.
Melbourne in springtime. If you don't like the weather, wait around for 5 minutes and you'll probably get a change. We're moving into the stalls for race 2, the Carbine Club Stakes, over 1,600 metres up to the commentary box, and Dan Malecki.
Thanks very much, Peter. Runners are moving in well. Stan Aitken rides the favourite here, Premier Raj. Let's have a look and see what Stan thinks about his chances.
10-year stress list, now in the Hall of Fame with David Nickenthorpe. Hello, Peter.
Well, what a wonderful day.
It is. You actually have come out, of course, just
well,
for the racing carnival.
Horse race
Stan,
last
we know.
time
Here we go.
after he copped a Well, I knew jockeys' voices were pretty high, Gary Willits, but Stan...
We've lost Stan.
We've lost Stan, well and truly.
Well, I think Premier Raj was a very good run at Caulfield. I think it'd be very hard to beat in this race, Stan.
He's certainly one of the strong chances here. Big field running of 18, scratchings at number 7 and 9. Drill Sergeant going up to the stalls, and they're just about set for a start here. Run over the mile, the Carbine Club Stakes. Good money late in betting for Flamingo Cloud. One trained by Lee Friedman. The light goes on. Way and racing in the Carbine Club Stakes. Silverdale a little bit slow to begin, so too was Drill Sergeant. Upheaval and Mr. Untouchable amongst the best two to jump away. Premier Raj, Lansdowne Road are up there early, and they were followed by a Popka getting to about 5th when they settle down. Wadagos is going forward from a wide barrier. Nasadas is up midfield, followed by Hidden Saint. Over on the inside was Gold Message, and then came Prince Karaka. Around the map wider on the track was Golden Sword, followed by Flamingo Cloud. Prince of Ipo is back to 3rd last with Roy's Boy, and Drill Sergeant's over on the inside. About 900 metres left to travel, and Tantanay got up on the inside to lead. Wadagos went to 2nd, a length and a half to Lansdowne Road 3rd. Mr. Untouchable with a box seat. Premier Raj was 5th, and they were followed out wider on the track by Nasadas, Popka the centre. Over on the inside, Upheaval, followed by Hidden Saint. Going around them, Baskerville out 3 deep, and then Flamingo Cloud. Wider on the track was Prince of Ipo, and then Prince of Karaka, Silverdale, Roy's Boy, Gold Message, Golden Sword, and back of the rear of the field, Drill Sergeant. Around the turn, 550 metres left to travel. Tantanay just the leader. Going up wide on the track was Nasadas, and they were followed by Mr. Untouchable, Wadagos. Lansdowne Road in the centre. Wider on the track was Baskerville running on. Upheaval needs a run, and then Premier Raj as they run down towards the 300 metres point. Lansdowne Road just in front. Wide out was Baskerville. Flamingo Cloud runs on, and then Prince of Ipo followed by Premier Raj. Baskerville hit the front with 200 metres to go from Lansdowne Road. Prince of Ipo late, then Tantanay and Hidden Saint. Baskerville got to the front with 100 to go though, and Baskerville's drawn away from Lansdowne Road and Prince of Ipo. And Baskerville goes on a win by a length and a half to Lansdowne Road. Prince of Ipo 3rd. Upheaval and Eyecatcher for 4th, and then Mr. Untouchable and Tantanay. Close up Hidden Saint, then Flamingo Cloud. Premier Raj had every chance. Silverdale next in from Drill Sergeant of Popka. Well back in the field, Roy's Boy, Wadagos, and towards the tail, Nasadas with Golden Sword and Prince Karaka. Number 3 is the winner, Baskerville, ridden by Simon Marshall. 25 to 1 shot. On the tote, expect 25.40 and 6.70. Lansdowne Road 3.80. And 3rd placing you'll find will go to number 12, which is Prince of Ipo. It'll get 3rd, and it's showing around $6.10 for the place. Gary, this is a big effort because it drew the extreme outside barrier, barrier number 20.
It was a very good run, and the horse went the line well, but if you can just, if they can get that film back a bit further, there's a bit of trouble there. Mr. Untouchable had trouble getting a run, and Upheaval didn't have a lot of room in the straight. And when we go back and see the head on, you can most probably see there was a little bit of trouble. One of Tommy Hughes' horses got checked a bit.
Upheaval was a good run. It flashed through late, and it's probably end up running about 5th, but keep an eye on it.
Well, he was, you can see it here now.
What's the rating?
Numbers are confirmed. 3, 2, 12, 11, 14.
3, 2, 12, 11, 14. Well, correct weight.
And as we welcome you back, there is correct weight from Mr. Lawler, and there's the winner. I tell you what, there could be a few turn-ups today. Let me tell you, in this sort of weather, it hasn't dampened the enthusiasm, I have to say, for the racing. I've just been outside for a bit of a look myself, and everyone's pretty keen and happy out there. Not raining at the moment, but it looks like it might be on and off all day. We're ready for presentations in a little while, but first, of course, let's take the local divvies right around the country.
Flemington Race 2, 3, 2 and 12. Baskerville, 25.70 and 6.70 in Victoria. Lansdowne Road, 3.80. Prince of Ipo, $6.10. Quinella paid 107.20. The race double, 114.60. Trifecta, 58.95.10.
Yes, wow, some dividends in there. And if you're at home having a punt on what you're seeing at Flemington today, we can tell you there's been an awful lot of rain. If you've only just joined us, it's still...
Welcome back to Network 10's live and exclusive coverage of the VRC Spring Carnival. Candidates behind the barrier for the Hilton on the Park Stakes. Race number 3 over 1,200 metres. As we have a look at Atlantic Brave and his rider Jimmy Cassidy, let's go up to Dan Millick.
Thanks very much, Peter. Brilliant type of horse, Atlantic Brave. He beat Clan O'Sullivan 3 starts ago, a very capable sprinter. Gary Willits is in the box with me. Gary, this is a very difficult race.
It's very difficult, Dan, because it's a penalties and set weight race where you have horses that, say, mightn't have won the stake money or get bigger weights, and it makes it very difficult to pick the winner here.
Well, what's your tip in this race, Gary?
Oh, I like Primacy. I thought his run in the Ascot Vale was very good. And if he runs up to that, he's going to be awfully hard to beat here.
Well, he'll just about start the favourite, I'd say, Primacy, for this event, the Hilton on the Park Stakes, as the runners move in. There's only a couple of horses to link up to the gates. Ken Fair's the top weight, trained by Max Wiggins, who, of course, produced that tremendous horse of a couple of years ago, Show County. And there's only 1 or 2 of them to go up to the line. In fact, most of them are ready. Green Destroyer will be the last one to link up down the famous straight 6 here. 1,200 metres at Flemington. Hilton on the Park Stakes. Lights on and they're off and racing now. Sublimate jumped away only reasonably from the inside. Chemin de Fer won the start from Campbell Fever, going very quickly. Ken Fair was up there early and they were followed by Atlantic Brave. Injector's going to settle just off the speed in about 6th placing, and Picnic a wider out from Green Destroyer. Bonds Lane goes back to the tail with Salquita, and they were followed by Faithful Choice. They have about 700 metres to go. Campbell Fever just in front of the 2 greys, Atlantic Brave and Ken Fair. Out wider on the track was Green Destroyer. Faithful Choice getting up on the fence, and then Sublimate one off the rail. Chemin de Fer's about 7th, and they were followed by Inject and Picnic a wider out, and further back in the field then to Bonds Lane as they come over the crossing, and Primacy's back second last. They have about 400 metres to go. Campbell Fever still a length in front. Ken Fair's under pressure, so's Atlantic Brave. Getting into the clear now, Injector starting to run on strongly, followed by Chemin de Fer, Picnicker and Primacy. Campbell Fever, 250 to go, a length and a half to Ken Fair. Inject might be the danger down the outside. 150 to go, Campbell Fever a length in front. Ken Fair trying to wear it down. Ken Fair goes up to Campbell Fever. Inject gets the 3rd. Ken Fair, the top weight's taken the lead from Inject near the post. Ken Fair hanging on, and Ken Fair might have just fallen in the wind by a short half head. To Inject a good run. Campbell Fever 3rd. Then came a close-up Picnicker, Primacy, Chemin de Fer, Sublimate, Atlantic Brave, Faithful Choice, then Salquita, Bonds Lane and Green Destroyer. Well, the weight, 59.5 kilos, didn't really stop him, but he put a few short strides in near the post, Gary Willits.
Yes, it was a very good run and, you know, very gutsy win. But there's a bit of trouble early in the race there, Dan. If we see the head-on, right from the start, there was a lot of trouble.
Disregard those placings. The photo finish is resting between numbers 1 and 12 here. Ken Fair, the grey on the inside, and Inject on the outside. Number 1, the winner. Number 1's got it. Ken Fair has just hung on to win. Look at the start here. Sublimate comes out.
Yes.
Faithful Choice got badly checked in. Salquita.
Trouble there, and then a little bit further on when Midnight Fever will cross over. It's racing about 4 off the fence. See it go over now, and you'll see these horses get tightened. It's quite a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, Sublimate certainly had no luck in the first 200 metres. That's the horse in the blue colours directly behind the leader now, Campbell Fever. Well, Ken Fair, it was a terrific performance. He's a very good horse. He's certainly proven that.
One of our friends will be happy, Crackers Keenan. He was talking about it. He liked it.
59.5 kilos on a dead track is some sort of a performance here, and he did a lot of the bullocking because he sat out amongst the leaders and he just kept driving to the post. Gee, Inject was a nice run.
Very good run. And Primacy, I don't think, was very happy in the ground, and it's worked home all right. But you can see there's still a little bit of trouble. Primacy and a couple of them there just running around a bit. Horse on the outside, and the blinkers just keeps getting in on top of Primacy there.
Yeah, a few horses would have hard luck tails there, but no excuses because the winner did it hard, Ken Fair, and that's win number 5 from 13 starts. He'd won nearly $300,000 before today, so he's a top-class horse to win with the 59.5 kilograms. Let's have a look at the should pays on the Hilton on the Park Stakes in Victoria. Ken Fair, $14.30 and $3.90. Inject, $5, and Campbell Fever, $4. So they're the should pays. That's for $1 dividend for the win and the place on race number 3. 1, 12 and 11 in the frame. 4th was number 6, which was Picnicker. And Primacy did make up a little bit of ground to finish in 5th placing. Sublimate, as you saw, had no luck. Atlantic Brave, couldn't find an excuse for him, Gary.
No, I couldn't. I thought Inject was a very good run because that horse is still a maiden. And it ran really well. It's by Marauding out of Worth, and she was a very good filly. Marauding was a great horse. He won the Golden Slipper. That's one to follow.
And trained by Bart Cummings and was beaten just narrowly. Another 2 strides and it might have been able to pick up Ken Ferry, stopped in the last couple of metres.
Campbell Fever was a very good run. 1,100 metres somewhere.
Yeah, 1,100 would suit her perfectly.
Welcome back to Flemington on a grey old Derby day, but it's not dampening the enthusiasm, I can tell you that. It's plenty of people around the course, and the umbrellas are down at the moment. As I look out my window, we do have correct weight. It has been notified. So, right around Australia, here's the local divvies.
Tote dividends on the third with Ken Fair, 14.33.90. Inject $5. Campbell Fever, $4. Quinella, 106.10. The trifecta, $2,851.90. And the race double paid $510 in Victoria.
Well,
now runners are moving in for the Wakeful Stakes race number 4. Run over 2,000 metres. A brilliant field of 3-year-old fillies here. Most of these will back up in the Oaks on Thursday. Goog Stream in the screen with Therese Payne. Horse in the green and black colours is Physical Lass.
By gee, Danny, I thought a Zero looked beautiful, and also Love Comes to Town. They just stood out in the mounting yard.
Both very good horses. Of course, they Quinella the 1,000 guineas. Gary G, it's starting to rain again.
Yes, this is often a strange race, this race, because a lot of the boys are trying to get their horses, the fillies, to settle with the Oaks, you know, only a few days away. And often they run a funny race, this Wakeful Stakes. But I think Zero will have the ability to get over and get a nice run.
Very good. She's won 7 out of 10 starts and just keeps getting better. Now, Physical Lass is going to be the last one to link up. A field of 20 in the Wakeful Stakes over 2,000 metres. And Physical Lass about to be brought into the gates by Kevin Moses, Premier Jockey in New South Wales. Physical Lass goes up. Now, Doe keeps reared out the back and just about got rid of the jockey. Jockey's out the back, very lucky not to be tossed right out of the gates. It's David Taggart. Joy's Girl's a bit toey. Put their life in their own hands sometimes, but Taggart back in the saddle on Doe Keep. Again, all appears to be okay. Right on, they're racing in the Wakeful Stakes. And Forget Playing missed the start by a length or so, and one of the first out was Skating from Sparky Miss and Freedom Fields. Pompeii Lady goes up to 4th, followed by Mar Becker, Queen's Choice. Joy's Girl's about 7th out wider, followed by Racing Ruler. Mahaya was next, and Doe Keeper. Zero's 5 wide early. Burster's back on the inside midfield from Yodelay, Tempest Command. Love Comes to Town. Then out Tristolite, and very wide out on the track was Flitter, and back towards the tail was Forget Playing as they settled down with Physical Lass. Running up towards the 1,400 metres point, and Skating's in front for Jim Cassidy by a half length to Pompeii Lady. A half away third, the inside Sparky Miss. 2 lengths to Azuro. Works up to be 4th now. A length and a half away Queen's Choice and Mar Becker, followed by Doe Keep out 3 wide. Burst was over on the inside. A length and a half to Racing Ruler. Mahaya. Love Comes to Town buried away on the inside. Freedom Fields was next, but going backwards. Yodelay went around its outside, and they were followed by Flitter, still out 4 wide. Well back was Tempest Command, followed by Forget Playing. Goog Stream goes back to near the tail, and Freedom Fields is now last. Running up towards the bend, 700 metres to go, and it's Skating in front by a length. Second was Pompeii Lady. A length and a half to Sparky Miss. Azuro was 4th. Joy's Girl starting to make a run around them out wide, followed by Mar Becker, Queen's Choice in need of a run. Flitter goes up very wide, and they were followed by Burst getting away from the rails. Doe Keep well out of it. Mahaya's only got about 4 or 5 behind it as they come around the home turn. 500 metres left to go. It's Skating just the leader. Being tackled now by Azuro on the outside. Sparky needs a run. Getting through in the centre too as they rate the home turn. Pompeii Lady, Tempest Command, Mar Becker. Down the outside, Flitter making a run, and now Love Comes to Town into the clear. 300 metres to go. Azuro in front. Love Comes to Town wearing it down, followed by Burst, Doe Keep, and then Flitter. Yodelay inside the 150 metre point though. Love Comes to Town hit the front from Azuro. They've drawn away from Burst, and then Yodelay, Tempest Command, but Love Comes to Town goes for home, and she shot away, revelling in the conditions. Here's the Oaks favourite, and down to the post, Love Comes to Town wins 3 lengths. Tight for second, maybe Tempest Command in front of Azuro and Burst. They were followed in by Forget Playing and Mahaya. Yodelay. A break to Flitter, Racing Ruler, Queen's Choice and Skating. Well back Goog Stream, and then came Doe Keep and Mar Becker. Further back to Pompeii Lady and Sparky Miss out Tristolite. Well back in the field would have been Physical Lass, and Joy's Girl was back second last, tailed off Freedom Fields. Gee, they come in at long intervals there, but what a performance by the winner. She is going to be the horse to beat on the Oaks.
Well, Dan, there she is on screen now, and as I said before the race, she just looked beautiful.
Number 6, Love Comes to Town, expect $5.50 and $2.30. There is a photo finish per second, primarily resting between Tempest Command, showing about $15 the place, and Azuro number 3 showing $1.70. The other horse in the photo is Burst number 1, which is showing $2.90. Oh, what a lovely performance. And Stephen King, gee, that big run that he had last year at the Carnival could continue here. Number 18 has got second, by the way, Tempest Command, so it's 6.18, and Azuro has run third.
Well, there's Love Come to Town coming back now. She looks absolutely beautiful. I couldn't get over what a beautiful, relaxed filly she looked walking around the mounting yard. She had a lovely run in the race. Also, so did Azuro.
Gee, it was an enormous run. She was back midfield, but ridden quietly by King with 57. But at this stage, when she appeared on the scene, she was just full of running.
Yeah, just too good. You know, typical Bart Cummings polish on her. Stephen King, as you said, rode her beautifully. Damien Oliver rode her very well too.
He did. He gave her every possible chance. And look how much they've finished in front of the others. Burst was a nice sort of a performance. And Yodelay seemed to make up a lot of ground. But, the winner was just too good. Bart Cummings, gee, could have another Oaks winner. He's dominated that race in recent years, and Bart's with Peter Donegan.
Yes, could very well be another Oaks winner for Bart Cummings, and she's going to be favourite now, Bart. A most impressive performance.
Yeah, she's pretty impressive staying filly, and she's built like a colt. She's very big, enormous size for a filly, and I suppose when you look at some of the good fillies around, some of the best ones have been very big and built in this proportion, so I think she's got a very good chance in the Oaks, yes.
You must have been confident of her ability to get the 2,000 metres after a run the 1,000 guineas, because she had to be used up so much in the middle stages.
Yeah, and that was only a second run. She had a 1,200 metre race first. This is the third run this time in. So she's come on the scene very quickly, but she's had a lot of ability, and I think she'll be a very good stayer in the future.
Any worries in the run? She got a fair way back, and Stephen had a bit of trouble getting a run coming around the turn.
Well, yeah, they opened up nicely for him, and he just manoeuvred it through. It was a very good ride, and well, he rode it confidently. He knows how good it is, I think.
Well, you certainly know what it's like to win an Oaks Stakes. How many is it now?
Well, they say we've won that race 10 times, so that makes it 11, so we're on the way.
They're on the way indeed. Congratulations, Bart Cummings.
Thank you.
The winning trainer after the running of the Wakeful Stakes, and a most impressive performance by Love Comes to Town. The numbers 6, 18 and 3. The time 2 minutes 3.9 seconds. As Dan Malicki said, we've seen the new Oaks favourite for Thursday as Love Comes to Town returns to scale. We'll take a break. You're watching Network 10's live and exclusive coverage of the Melbourne Cup Carnival.
Mr. Lawler will be about to give us correct. Welcome back to Flemington, live and exclusively on Network 10. There's correct weight from Mr. Lawler, and that means with correct weight notified that we can give you the local divvies right around the country.
Race 5 at Flemington is coming up soon. The fourth event just run, and the winner, Love Comes to Town. $5.50 and $2.30. Second, number 18, $15 Tempest Command. Azuro 170, 190.60 Quinella, and the trifecta Tim in Melbourne paid $1,411.80.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Yeah, good win. Good win. Love Comes to Town. And I can tell you, having just watched them go back to their stables for a drink of water and a feed, the fillies not liking this day very much, I don't think. It's a bit windy and it's raining, and they're all a bit towy, but Love Comes to Town. What a win, Peter Donegan.
In favour of that quote. Palace Rain 10.40, Shoeshine Henry 25.80, number 4 Just One $22, Muirfield Village 6.50, Pallet 23.10, number 7 Captive Edition 16.70, number 8 Kenny's Best Pal 23.40, 9 River Hero 11.40, 10 Check That Style $17, 11 Reading $8.10, 12 Scalero 39, Our Pompeii 56, Mac Bray 14.40, Tuscan Artist 74, He's Classic 95.70, Raising Kentucky $26, Sovereign Dan 82.80, and number 19 Restitution is a scratching from the double AMI. Victoria Derby, and start time is 5 minutes past 3, which is only about 25 minutes away.
Well, here's another